guest in the house, Gaile Sweeney. Say hello to everyone.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here of this great initiative to empower youths and to give them confidence during this COVID-19 and moving
Mm,
forward. Yes.
okay. All right. So Gail is a career branding consultant. She helps people optimize their LinkedIn profile and resumes. She's a career coach, and she has a training, workshop, and online interactive courses in the pipeline. Is a project she's working on, and I know a lot of us will benefit from that. You're welcome to the show, Gail. So happy to
Thank you for
have you here a second
a
time. Yes,
second
we've had you
time.
in we've had you in-house on in-house training, but this is a global conference, and we are so glad you accepted to come for this.
I
Thank you.
Thank you, Francesca. It's always a pleasure to contribute back to youth development. And actually, during the whole COVID-19, when all of this happened, I had anxiety, and my anxiety wasn't even my own fear. It was the fear for the youths because they've never seen anything like this before, and it totally disrupted their life. So I'm glad to be
Mm-hmm.
contributing along with other distinguished guests that you have here for this conference, to move them forward in a positive way and confident way.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Gail. So she'll be talking about strategic youth advantage in career progression. You know, with the pandemic, like you said, there's been a lot of disruptions, job loss, uh,
Mm-hmm.
a whole lot that the youths are currently, not just the youth, everybody are dealing with. So I believe from everything you talk about, would be able to know how to forge ahead and not wait till all of this is over before we move on with our lives. Mm. So
Exactly,
you have the
because
floor, Gail. Mm.
thank you. Exactly. I've been speaking to a lot of persons who have lost jobs. Actually, I was on the phone
Mm.
last night with one who would call me, a job seeker who said that she lost her job. So
Mm.
she had prepared because what we have seen is that like 2020, it's just I wouldn't say a bad year. I would compare it to an operating system that is not working, and it disrupts our life. But
Mm.
within that same time, we have the youths, as I said before, who have never seen this before. They have never experienced it before.
Mhm.
So now we are seeing that it's the best opportunity for them right now.
Mhm.
Why? Because they're at the formative years of their life. So when I say young people, I'm thinking about the 16, 17 to 26 years of age.
Mhm.
So they have all that time to do that, to
Mm.
think about their careers. And
Mm.
now they're looking back, and they might be saying that my parents did this, my grandfather did this, it didn't work. So how can I move forward and take ownership of where I want to go with my career? So they start to display, hyper individualism, and that is a very good
Mm.
thing for them.
Mm.
And also to with this COVID-19, we got a gift. And some people might be saying, why is it a gift? Yes, why is it a gift? It is a gift because prior to COVID, and I have to admit this for myself, okay? I'm on autopilot. I just keep going. The thoughts are going. The body's going. Everything is going. So COVID put me in that space where it's time to pause.
Mm.
So I appreciate the gift of time,
Mm.
okay? Because during that, I would say the initial first 2 weeks, I wasn't watching the hour on the clock. I wasn't watching the minute. I wasn't watching the second,
Oh
okay? It
my!
was, it,
It was a relief. Oh
yeah,
my!
in a sense, it's a relief, but in the sense that
Oh.
you have to deal with everything else, with what else is going on in the world economy right now. And, we
Mhm.
watch the news, so we see exactly what's going on. So
Mm.
it's a time to like step back and say, you're going to have an emotional reintervention of what is going on in your life. Okay. It's just you and time. That's it.
Mhm.
So within that time, though, as I said, we get the gift, and I term it the gift because it's something we never had before, or we never thought we had before. Someone call you, I don't have the time. You're to do something, you don't have the time. You're saying, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, it's 11 o'clock, I need to go to bed. can they make the hour, instead of making a day, can the day be like another 48 hours so I can fill in everything within that space?
It's
So
like 24 hours is not enough.
yes, it's not enough. So so during COVID, and I would hope, and I think like myself and like job seekers, they had to challenge their own emotions. Okay, they challenge your own emotions to, to look on their passion, their purpose, and their value, because with COVID-19, you're evaluating a lot of things. You have like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of questions that you're asking. Who am I? You know, if if the world had ended, God forbid,
Mm-hmm.
but what contribution would I have made to this world? Okay. And then you start to look now and says, I'm in a job now, or I just lost a job. Do I want to work with a company who, does not align with my value? Because, with time, life is short. So do I want to, do I want to align myself with a company like that? When I'm looking for a job, am I just looking for client success? What about my success? What about my state of mind being in that job? So you're asking yourself these questions. What am I going to do now? Okay. Um, they've downsized. Probably that job doesn't exist anymore. So it's a time to ask a lot of questions. And I'm not saying that asking these questions, you're going to get the answer right away. No, we are not in that state of mind. We're still processing what's going on, plus what else has compounded on the COVID and the whole realities surrounding the COVID. And, Francesca, from being on the training that you had with UTOP, I love my acronyms. Okay. Okay. So, so for post-COVID reality, I use the acronym FOCUS. Okay.
Focus.
And I'll just go FOCUS. Yes. Because in that state of our awareness, we're beginning to focus. So, for a career seeker, or someone who is probably might lose their job because something has changed within their workspace, then we're looking at for focus. The having focus is to be flexible. Now more than ever, we have to be adaptable. Okay, we cannot just say that I'm not taking this job because it doesn't fit my needs, or it's not representative of me, or it doesn't have the title that I would want to, or I just leave school. I've just got a degree. Why should I settle for something less when I spend like 4 years in school? I'm worth
This
more.
is this,
Uh,
this is not the time to be picky or
this
choosy.
exactly, or be choosy. Exactly. Yeah. So so and that is one of the best skills that you can harness right now, is to be adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say adaptable too, when you look on how interviews are being conducted, most of the interviews are being conducted because of the security protocols and our social distancing measures that they're being practiced right now. So a lot of the interviews are via like Zoom or
Mm-hmm.
any, medium. So for a career seeker, um, who is not comfortable in front of a camera. Now that is something on top of the COVID and the effects of the COVID, they have to be dealing with that. Okay. And then not to think of that alone, now you have to be thinking about lighting, background, you know, posture in the
In
when you're
the
doing the
interview.
interview.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those skills, and which can actually go on your resume, because now after you do your reflection and you go through everything, you have to have a post-COVID resume. It's not going to be the same like you had before.
Wow.
Okay, it's different.
Post-COVID resume.
Post-COVID resume, exactly.
It's it's important. It's
Yes,
funny,
yeah.
and at the same time, it's important.
It's important. So one of the skill sets you're taking out of being flexible is adaptable, and that you put in your core skill section on your resume. So
Mm-hmm.
so you're adding more. So so that's it for flexibility. Being flexible, because now, okay, you do the interview on the phone. What is going to happen next? Are you going to go to all right, so you got the job. Now it's remote. So you have to adapt to the new norm. No longer
Mm.
can you say that I'm shy or I'm introvert. You have to get on camera and you got to start speaking, and you're
Mhm.
going to start exercising or see a new you. You're going to discover things about yourself that you have never known before. And
Mhm.
to me, that is a good thing. It
Mm.
is a good thing. And in terms of, for the O in the acronym for focus, it is ownership. So it's take
Ownership.
ownership, yes. So you're going to take ownership of your life. Okay, there's a lot of noise going around, okay? And as I said, the TV is one of them, the television, the internet is one of them. So how
Mm.
are you going to take ownership of your life? And that comes with another skill, time
Mm.
management skill.
Mm.
That you can put on your resume, because now you're going to start managing your time effectively so that at the end of COVID, then you would have had more skills.
Mm. I
So
agree with you on
now,
that.
yeah, so now we have adaptability. Now we are going to have, we have time management
Time
skills. If you never
management.
had that time management
Mhm.
skill.
Mhm.
All right. And then it's about, the C is about creating. So
Mm.
you're going to create a strong presence. I mean, when I say create a strong presence, it's getting up, dressing up, and showing up in front of your computer because you have nowhere else to go. So get up, show up, and go in front of your computer. And with their, yeah. So when you dress up, you get up, and it's a normal day. A normal
Mm.
day. You're not thinking about COVID. You're inside. Okay, COVID is outside. You're inside. So you get up, you dress up, and you come in front of the computer. Your confidence level goes up.
Mhm.
And with your confidence level going up, then guess what? You are more likely to learn what you're
Mm.
seeing on the computer. So it's taking
Mm.
ownership that, guess what? I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to show up. I'm going to,
Mm.
from my time management skills that I've just learned, I'm going to do my tasks. Okay, I'm going to
Mm.
spend 1 hour on LinkedIn. I'm going to spend another
Mm.
hour doing this, and you're going through your list. So you're actually creating ownership of where you want to go. Okay,
Mm.
all right.
And creating a
That
strong presence too. Is that right?
and and creating a strong presence. Yes, creating a
Mm.
strong presence. But I'm going to get to that
Okay.
a little bit further down. All right. Then we have the U in focus is upskill.
Okay.
During COVID, there are a lot of places that are offering um, courses for free.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
one of the things with COVID, a lot of jobs are not going to exist anymore. You're going to have
Mhm.
new jobs that are emerging. Okay,
Mm.
so now you're going to look on your on whatever the job description is and says, okay, this
Mm.
is a role. Okay, how am I? What are the skills that are missing from this job that I might be interested in? And then you're going to to um, go back to learning and says, okay, let me find a skill set that matches that and let me add that to my resume. So right there, you're building your resume to have
Mhm.
to be stronger coming outside of COVID.
True.
Okay, and let me give you an example. I usually do in-person training, and
Okay.
prior to this, you walk into whatever company and you train, but now everything have to be done online. So now I'm having like
Mhm.
breakout rooms, like 5 breakout rooms. When it
Mm.
was in person, I was by myself. Now I have to have production assistant. That was never a role before. So now
Mm.
those production assistants are going to the different rooms to check on my learners to see what exactly their needs are if something is
Mhm.
unmet and address those issues. So those
Wow.
are like, that's one of the emerging role as well. Okay.
Mm. Production
So up
assistant.
production production assistant,
Mm.
that is good as well. Um, when we speak about technology, let me pause a little bit before I continue on that point. When we talk about technology, and I make reference to like a job seeker using like Zoom or a teleconferencing platform,
Mhm.
you can go on there and invite your friends and practice. Now in your technology and proficiency on your resume, you're adding in web conferencing. Okay, so then right there, your skills are growing. And because you would have
Mm.
practiced with your friends, instead of going on the WhatsApp and doing a video chat, why not let's do a Zoom conference? And I've seen like a lot of families too now, they're doing like playing games on WhatsApp. So you can do with your friend to figure out the software. So you're better
Mhm.
equipped when you go in a workplace to say, okay, I'm familiar with that. Let me set up a conference call for my boss moving
Mm.
forward, right? So
True.
yeah, so yeah, and then
That's
the
part of
S,
upskilling, right?
upskilling. Yes, yes, it's a part of upskilling. Yes, and then the S in focus is search. You
Search.
okay? Search. You can go online and you can search, but it's not just about searching. You have to research. So going online, you can just look and you're scrolling. So that's searching. I'm just looking. But researching is when I'm going to go deeper into information. So
Mm.
an example would be like, for instance, I go online and I see a company that, they just laid off, or somebody just give a post to say that something was going on in their organization. Or they might have, values that are aligned with mine. What I'll do next is go to that company website, and not only that, I'm going to see who belong to that company, who in
Mm.
because you can see the employees
Mm.
there. You see who is there, and you're going to start to search more. And you
Mm.
within that searching, you're going to say, okay, can I need to contact them, or how can I start to develop a strategy that I made known to them, that I am interested in their company.
Mm.
And then there's the whole thing of because in COVID it's a whole job by itself. It's a job by itself because now
Yes, getting a job is a job by itself.
it's a job by itself. Yeah, so now you've got to start building out templates, which you're developing your skills. How am I going to
Mm.
address this person on LinkedIn in the
Mm.
network?
Mm.
How am I going to tell them that, this is how I know you, and, this is what I can offer. Okay. So
Mm.
it's not just about searching, researching, and in that researching too, the other best thing can happen with researching is that
Mm.
you find opportunities. Sometimes it's not looking for a job,
Mm.
it's finding an opportunity. And when you find that opportunity, then you make a job out of that opportunity. And
Mm.
opportunity, I'm going to give you an example. During the COVID, there was a CEO of a local hospital that posted that he was bringing in some testing kits. And with those
Mhm.
testing kits, the board was taking too long to approve, with the budget. So he went and he placed his house on, as collateral so that he could get
Mm.
the testing kits. So when I saw that, I sent him a message and I said to him, I admire the work that you're doing for our community. And he said, thank you. 2 days later, I'm watching the news. There was some like bad press on the same facility and with the CEO as well. I sent him a
Wow.
message and I said to him, I see what's going on in the news. How, what is your defense mechanism? And I went on his website and I said, I see XYZ that is happening. You're passionate about this. And, I gave him some suggestions. And I said, how can I help? Because sometimes now it's not, yes, you want the money, but sometimes offering your help and then it comes
Mm.
back. Okay. So by me, when I say to him, how can I help? He says to me, would you like to join the team? I
Mm.
said, sure. And then from joining the team, they were developing a COVID-19 tracer app.
Mm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
now I'm being pushed into that role where I'm on the team. So now I'm meeting other people and I'm being brought into the room with the other board members to discuss whatever projects was online. So that was creating an opportunity for me. And then from that, being talking to all these medical doctors and just observing what was going around and just to get information about putting it together for the app. at that point, I saw a lot of creativity. I saw a lot of innovations. And from that, that stems me starting a podcast for doctors or entrepreneurs where we
Wow.
discuss and we can learn from them because they have gone against the grain, being like in 7 years, in 5 years in medical school, 2 years in residential practice. So now I want to facilitate that conversation. So that's opportunity. Okay.
Wow.
And
Just by
within that,
offering your help.
just by offering my help. And within that, by talking to these medical doctors, they want to have a dialogue. And they're from that, I can able to work on other projects and do job creation.
Mm.
So just so just by, you know, it's not always, can you help me get a job? Can you refer me to someone? No. Look for an
Solve a
opportunity.
problem. Yeah, solve a
Solve a
problem.
problem. You know,
Mm.
everybody is talking like people are very like vulnerable and they speak exactly what's on their mind on social media. Don't just read and say, oh, this person is saying this. Look, see
Mm.
what opportunity is within their problem that you can
Mm.
fix. So you're
Mm.
sending them. So when you introduce yourself, you know, you're saying to them, you know, this is how I met you. I see you wrote about this. And if you have a project that you're working on, I'll be more than happy to assist you on that
Thank
project.
you.
Yes,
Mm.
you can help you. Yes. So
Youth, hope
so
you are listening. It's not all about I need a job. Offer
yes,
your help for starters, and from there you can you can find an opportunity and just be on the team. Mm.
exactly. And from there you're meeting other people. You don't know
Mm.
who knows the next person next door.
Mhm.
You know, a job seeker was telling me last night that she went to the coffee shop and she was just talking and something had happened and she just offered to help the person and a conversation developed. And he knew the CEO of a company and he asked her for her resume because she just got laid off 2 days ago.
Wow.
So, you know, just being looking for the opportunity or, you know, just that. And the other thing too is that we are lost. You know,
Mm.
we are lost. The younger generation are lost. The older generation is looking on the younger generation to make a difference. Okay, because we have creative ideas, and you know we have this benign liberalism where we're taking on things. So
Mm.
we are being innovative. So being innovative, they want to hear our ideas. So
Mm.
don't sit and just listen to the noise. Look and see
Mm.
what problem is this company having, or what do you think through your research that this
Mm.
company is having that I can be of assistance. And then you go
So,
into it. You don't have to go there by yourself. A lot of people
mm.
have the same interest. Why not join together? And
Mm.
now,
Okay.
so much more than ever, it's about collaboration and
Mm.
partnership. There's no time for
Mm.
competition, okay? Because we all want to survive.
Mm.
We want to make it through COVID-19, okay?
Yes, I agree
And
with you.
yes, and you know, coming together, you're expressing your creative thoughts and you're putting that
Mhm.
together and you know, you don't want this to happen again because all of this, none of us were ready. We weren't ready.
Mm.
So we're depending on the younger generation to come together and come up with
Mhm.
creative solutions that
Mm.
are, you know, not only are they brilliant, but guess what? They're scalable and they
Mm.
can withstand the storm of any diversities that may come along the way.
I agree.
So they're looking for
Mhm.
future leaders as well.
Mm.
And you know, if Francesca, you don't have to think that you don't have money. You know,
Mm.
some if you come up with an idea, you have to have the money. No, you don't have to have the money. You just need the collaboration, the partnership, and
Mm.
your interest. So if the
Mm.
person you go out and I come to you and I say, you know, Francesca, I have an idea, but the person see that you have this great desire and it goes back to your
Mm.
why. If you focus on the why and not on the what,
Mm.
then it's easier for you to get a buy-in. So this
Mm.
is why I'm doing this. Not that I'm coming to you and say, I have this book to sell. Why are you selling the
Mm.
book? To make a profit. That's it. That's a result of your why. But what really is your why? I'm selling that book
Mm.
because I want to educate other people
Mm.
in certain
There's a
here depends on
difference.
what
Mm.
there's a big difference. Yes.
Mm.
So it, you know, So meanwhile, you're doing your research as well. It's not about the it's not you're looking for people who you can partner with. You might get expertise. And as I said, the COVID, there was like so many webinars. There was one particular webinar. I don't know how I ended up signing up for the webinar. It was just probably an interesting topic, and I said, okay, let me just go ahead and do that webinar. On the webinar, the speaker, he had a mentor that's a billionaire that I've always admired. And I
Wow.
sent him a message after because I'm good at asking. Don't feel like, oh, this person is not going to respond to me. I never thought that the CEO of a hospital would have answered to me. I never thought that, even if I'd asked, no, just go ahead. All you can hear is a no. And it just takes that one, the power of one. You start with one. It's you, your one question, your one idea to move forward. And so, I just sent him a message. I said, I'm doing something and I think I need some growth in that area. And the other thing too, don't be afraid to grow. You're always growing. You never stop. And he said, I will be your mentor. And I'm like, okay, just like that. And I
Wow.
said, this is what, because now you're hoping up other new connections that can help you to forge forward with your idea, not just a job, your ideas. And as Joseph said before, we all have entrepreneurial abilities inside of us. It just needs to be awakened. It just needs to be awakened, and having the right people around you to awaken those creative ideas. And you might, like, in terms of the entrepreneurship, you might think that now is COVID, it's not the right time, and you're being pessimistic and whatever. Make use of a crisis. It's a good crisis to make use of. It's bad in one sense, it's a crisis, but make use of a good crisis. And move away from the distraction. Because the more you feed into the distraction, the more you're moving away from what you actually want. Okay? And so
The noise.
from all the noise. So once you're doing all of these things, so you're focusing, you're observing. So now you're heading to your resume, your research, research, research writing. So you might not have this statistical tools, no, the statistical tools, but it's research. You did your
You
research,
did.
right?
Of course.
Yeah, and jobs of
Your
the future is
post-COVID resume.
yes, yes. So the jobs of the future it's going to be more humanized, where it's more on your human relation skills. So starting to develop these from now through networking, through your research, you're building on those. You're building on those skills so that you can move forward. But Francesca, it's all about focusing, thinking outside of the box, and for companies who are like getting back together. Now it's not time for the egotistical management or leadership. Okay, it's a time of exploring entrepreneurship within your organization, because this is a generation that is going to lead moving forward. Okay, they are creative. I want to know something, I call a young person, do this for me, and they show it to me, because they're very creative and they can be focused if you provide that channel for them to be focused. Yeah, to be focused. So it's a lot of opportunity out there. It's putting everything together, getting focused, being flexible, and it's okay if you get up today and you don't feel like doing anything, don't do anything. Okay, because it's a lot to process. It's a lot, for the
People
older
had
generation.
great plans.
Yeah,
People had great
yes,
plans at the beginning of the year, and the pandemic happened.
exactly. And especially for the job seekers, the ones who are leaving out of college right now, they have aspirations, or the ones who are working, they have the big ideas to bring their community together. So with all of this happening, it's a damper on their confidence. They've lost their security. So how can they build their security? So now is the time that company really needs the younger generation to come in with their thoughts. It, no thought is wrong or no idea is bad, but how
Bad.
can we expand on that, and how can we forge, going forward, so that we have like a better economy, because the world system right now, it's not doing the young people any justice with what is happening around, and all the social media and all the, I would say, negativity or noise that is going on. So the best thing is for them to like just be focused, be flexible,
Okay.
take ownership, create that space within their own space.
Hmm.
Okay, and upskill.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
there's a lot of places, as I said before, that are doing courses. And just search, not just just go on. I'm just going to just search social media, develop those skills. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. That's been wonderful, Gail. Okay, so I just want you to touch a bit on. I know you've talked about uh, what to do when you don't know what to do in-house.
Yes, I
Yes, yes.
remember.
So I don't want some people to miss out on that. You've treated the strategic youth advantage with this acronym focus. So
Focus.
everybody should, you know, grab that. No, I want to give everyone who is viewing an opportunity for a topic they missed. What to do when you don't know what to do because we are still in the pandemic. So just a few points on that. Yes.
Okay. I think that acronym was START. So it's
Yeah.
the whole, not just saying you're going to do all these things, because it looks good on paper that, yes, I'm going to do all these things. It's about
Mm-hmm.
starting. So yes, there are courses. How are you going to start?
Mm-hmm.
What are the steps that you're going to use moving forward to start your progression, to have that advantage? So that is where the START acronym, yes,
Came from.
comes about,
Mhm.
came from.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So I was also going to say on your profile I also saw that you do resumes and LinkedIn profiles
Yes.
optimization too. So do you have any tips for uh our youths out there? A lot of us still have our LinkedIn profile with one error or the other. I'm sure to us we feel it's perfect, but when somebody like you looks at it, you'll be like, what is this person writing here? So what tips do you have for us when it
Yeah.
comes to our resume and our LinkedIn profile? Just a few. I know it's not something you can cover in a few minutes,
Yeah.
but just a few tips.
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Okay.
When okay, my job title, career branding.
Mm,
Um, it is, you're more than a resume. Okay, you're
mm,
so much more. You have so
mhm,
much more to add value than just
mhm,
some numbers that are thrown in your resume. That's all that they're seeing. So when you brand, make sure that whatever your resume is saying, your LinkedIn profile is saying the same thing.
mm,
Because there are
okay.
many a times that I looked on the LinkedIn profile, I looked on the resume, it's two different things.
Mm,
And I've had clients where they're working with recruiters, and the
mhm,
recruiters send them back and says, you have a good resume, and they didn't do a LinkedIn profile,
mm,
but you need to upgrade your LinkedIn profile so that they go together. So you're representing yourself as a brand, not just a resume.
mm,
Okay, so everything is together. One of the
mhm,
things that when I look on a LinkedIn profile, if I see the numbers at the end, I know that some work needs to be done on that person's
mm,
resume. You know, your URL, make it personalized. It's a part of your professional brand.
mm,
Okay. I'm not talking about personal brand, even though there's a thin line between professional branding and personal branding. We are in the
mhm,
place space. So that is the image that you want to send out. Okay.
okay.
For your resume, update it. COVID, you have learned so much. Put whatever you have learned in that resume. Yes, you have a passion. I'll give you an example again. I have a lot of stories. I speak to a lot of people. Last
No,
night I
no,
was
it's
on the
good to learn.
yes, good. Last night I was on the phone with someone from Lagos. So,
Okay.
okay, and before I go to that example, I was doing some work the other day and I was getting codes. So I one of the person who I asked for the code from, they sent me an actual sample of what I would get. Who do I choose? The person, because
Hmm.
guess what? Now the visual became a reality for me. And I said, wow,
Hmm.
this is what I want. So while the others are sending a figure to me, this person is sending me a sample. So if you're a content writer and you're pitching, you don't have to pitch and say, okay, I do this. You can check my portfolio here. Mr. XYZ, you choose a content that has the highest views, the highest
Hmm.
comments, and you send this over and
Wow.
says, this is a sample of my work, and this is the same thing I can do for you. When can we get
Hmm.
on a call?
Wow.
Okay? Yes.
Did you get
So,
that? Utopians, did you just hear that? When you're pitching for something and it requires you to send um, probably your brief, send the one that has your highest likes, comments, and everything. Put your best foot forward. Hmm.
exactly. Yes, because you have one chance to make that impression because there
Hmm.
are other content writers out there. There are a lot of them. Okay, so
Hmm.
how are you going to distinguish yourself from the
That's
others?
on that.
And that is, and I go
Hmm.
back to again creating an opportunity for your customer.
Hmm.
So let me get back to the person in Lagos. I He had sent me a copy of some work that he had done. I
Okay.
didn't need the work at the time, but I really admire his work. And
Hmm.
I was speaking to someone in the UK, and they wanted someone with his skills. So
Hmm.
I sent him a message and I said, I need your resume because I might have a possible work for you. He said, I have a problem. I said, what is your problem? He said, that is my side gig. I said, okay, that's good. Um, I said, for it to be a side gig, you must love it. He said, that's not my passion. I said, what's your passion? He said, HR. I said, okay. I asked him his age, in the 30s. Then I moved on and I said, okay, you're in your 30s. What HR experience do you have? None. I said, do you have any HR certifications to pursue your passion? No. I said, okay, I'm going to take up the phone right now and I'm going to call you. This was like 12 o'clock your time last night. I'm going to call you and I'm going to give you a 5 minute coaching session. Okay.
Wow.
And I say to him, you're getting the opportunity to learn a new skill that is needed. You might not, be fully experienced because it's your side gig. I think what you're doing is awesome. You're onto something great. But if you get this opportunity, you'll be working with a company that has 6 locations worldwide. And not only in there, you're learning from the other people in that office. And HR is your passion. I say I don't know what your career goals are because I've never really spoken to you on the phone until now. Um, if it's HR, have you ever thought that probably along the line you might open your own company, and as an entrepreneur you wear many hats, and HR is one of them? I said no, I never thought of this. I said yes. So I asked about doing the course, and we were talking about the financial situation. It might take you 5, 6 years to get a certificate in HR management, but you don't have to go into direction. Not everything is set in stone. Joseph was just talking, the last speaker, and he was saying that a lot of people who go to school for one thing, they don't end up normally do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it,
That's where
it, it, it,
flexibility comes in.
that's where flexibility comes in, and taking ownership,
Mm-hmm.
and not looking for a job but an opportunity. So he's creating he takes a job, he's taking the opportunity to move forward into getting into his passion, which is HR. And being the head of the company, then he can speak to them, he can speak to his team. Even if he hires an HR manager, he will be helping to make decisions because he'll be having meetings with his HR. So he'll be fulfilling that purpose, and that purpose must probably be coming from his why, probably like with the job market, probably in Lagos. And he wants to do something about it, and I've spoken to a lot of people because when you look, I was looking on the data, and it stated that since COVID, they had like over 20,000 unemployed. Now it's over 50,000.
Hmm.
And
Can
that is very,
imagine.
yeah. So, people are going to want to go into HR, but what are you going into HR to do? What
Right
are the
now.
creative? Because even HR are losing their jobs too. I'm not,
Thank you God
you
for
know,
that.
so
Yes.
so if you, and when I said earlier, if you can come together, instead of going lateral, why not horizontal? Just build out a team where you can come up with a creative solution and bring it forward to one of those multinational companies that are coming in.
Hmm.
You're creating solution, but you're creating employment too for yourself.
Yeah.
So
It,
for the
it,
resume, go ahead.
no, I said it all takes us back to focus.
It takes us back to focus. It takes us back to focus, and knowing exactly what you want. And it's easier said than done. And I'm not saying that it can be done in a week, 2 weeks.
Mm.
We're still processing and things, because as borders are reopening now, then we are seeing cases of COVID coming back.
Mm.
So,
True.
so now it's about focusing. And as I said, we have the gift of time on our hand right now,
Mm.
where we can really get into what do I want? Because,
To do.
it's not just about paying the bills.
Mm.
It's not just about
It's more than
doing your
that right now.
resume. Yeah, it's not
Mm.
just about paying the bills and going, getting the fancy resume. No. What is your purpose? What is my why? What do I want to leave behind? What do I want my children? Because this generation, they're watching us, to see how confused we are. We are. They're watching us. They're looking to us
And we
for
need to
answers.
get it together.
We need to get it together. So,
Oh
so
my.
because they have already lost some confidence
Mm.
by not having to work or losing their job, and we don't know what is going to happen coming moving
Mm.
forward. You and I don't know. We can only assume that this is what's going to be happen, what is going to
Mm.
take place. But focus. Look for opportunity, not just a job,
Mm.
because through that opportunity you will get
Mm.
that job that you want.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Thank you so much, Gail. It's been an amazing session. Uh, we've really learned a whole lot. I'm sure Utopians there, they've gotten all their facts together. Your strategic youth advantage in career progression. Focus. Focus is an acronym for
Mhm. Flexible.
Focus is an acronym for flexible
Mhm.
ownership, creating a strong presence, upskilling, and search. In search, you have to research
You
and research.
research.
Yes, not
You
just looking for
you
a
refine
job,
your
but
up.
finding an opportunity. Thank you so much,
Exactly.
Gail, for your time. So, in the few minutes that we have left, let's get to know you. This is going to
Okay.
be on the spot response, rapid response question, just one.
Okay.
So, you don't
I'm
have
up for it.
to
Let's
think too
go.
much about it.
Let's go. I'm
All right,
ready.
so
I'm ready.
describe yourself in 3 words.
Intentional, purpose driven, and spiritual.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me add one more to that. I got
Yes.
that from Joseph's session this morning. Yes, at least I was there when he had that. So if you teleport, where would you go right now?
Um, I would want to go to somewhere where there's a lot of nature. Yeah. Um, that that's really out me on the spot. I
Okay.
would want to go somewhere where there is evolution, there's innovation, there's creativity, but in that
Mm,
same space that I can
mm,
have peace of mind and
mm.
enjoy whatever this earth has to offer, or wherever I go has to offer. Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much once again. We are very grateful for your time. So Utopians, there you have it. Focus, focus, focus to be able to
And
have a strategic. advantage in your career progression. Yes, Gail.
What I wanted to mention is that on my website, www.gailesweeney.com, I have a membership area and it's free. I put resources
Wow.
there. So,
Wow.
like, I'll put like skill sets that you might need, and you might have like
Mm,
worksheets. So you can also go
mm.
there to get more information or more assistance. And I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I call LinkedIn my office. Show up every day. Yes.
Yes, you get up, dress up, and show
Dress
up.
up and show up. Exactly. Yes.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. You can check out www.gailsweeney.com, right?
.com. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And yes,
And
and go
she
to
has a free
membership.
membership. Okay.
Exactly.
There as
Yes.
well to get more materials. So she's giving us this
The-
for free. All right.
So you're
Look
gonna
out on
focus,
LinkedIn as well.
and I'm gonna give you a way to start as well. So if you had been in
Wow.
that
So the
session,
comments are coming in. I didn't. Oh, did you see that?
yeah, I just saw
Wow.
it.
So
Hi,
everybody's
Jack,
appreciating
Paulina.
you. Wow. This is beautiful.
It's beautiful. So
So you
what
were
I did
saying, sorry.
before,
Hmm?
when I presented that Saturday, that Sunday, on your educational program,
Yeah.
so now we're talking about focusing. So now we have the start to go with that, and hopefully I can get to come back to speak to Utopians again to see where they are
Yeah.
in the process. So
Mm.
I really appreciate being here, and
Oh.
I'm thankful.
Okay. So
Yes.
that's your website up there. All right, Utopian. So that brings us to the end of today's session. And we hope to see you tomorrow. We'll be having Virginia and Professor Indubisi end the global conference for us. So I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Thank you once again, Gail, for
You're
an
welcome. It's my
amazing
pleasure.
time. All right. Of course, I know where to
Same
find
here.
you on
Exactly.
LinkedIn.
On
All right.
LinkedIn, yes. Okay, all right. Thank you. It was
Okay.
my pleasure. And all the best to
All
everyone.
right.
Just keep going. Yes.
Hmm.